Oh my god. Okay, go.
So, right now we're in Russia. Here we see the serfs are working, while in Mongol rule there were no serfs. Instead, there were Russian peasants in a free farmer's legal position. But ever since the fall of the Tartars, these farmers fell into debt. This created the serfdom class.
Okay, Charles, okay. Wait, I think I found a serf. Come on, let's go find him.
What do you want?
Hey, so we're students from Hogwarts Muggle Studies class, and we were wondering if you could tell us or give us a little insight about how it is to be a serf.
I don't know if I can without my master. Ever since the 1785 law, landlords can severely punish serfs who rebelled or committed any crimes.
Okay then, let's go find your master.
Oh, hey, I heard you wanted to talk to me. I just got back from a serf auctions where serfs can be bought, sold, or gambled. I mean, over 50% of the 40 million Russian peasants used to be serfs, but I couldn't find anything I liked.
That's kind of despicable. But could you tell us what serfdom's like?
Of course. So during the 17th and 18th century in Russia, there was a great intensification of serfdom, and our agricultural economy really depends on serfdom.
Okay, thank you.
As a result of serfdom, there was a social class of nobility at the top, then landlords and serfs at the bottom.
Hey, so would you mind if we could talk to that serf over there for more information?
Oh, it's fine. Just don't distract her for too long. Without her labor, our entire economy just falls apart.
Well, I find that person to be very unkind.
Well, I agree with you there. Excuse me, Miss Serf. Your landlord gave us permission to speak with you. Could you tell us what your living conditions are like?
Well, an act in 1649 made serfs born into serfdom, so generations before me, my family were serfs. Unfortunately, we also died very quickly due to unsanitary living conditions and lack of proper care. Our village governments give us some support, but without the nobility support, we're basically trash on the street.
So, basically all of Russia's societal power is based on bloodlines?
Basically.
Sounds just like how a Slytherin would think.
Don't worry, it won't be like this forever.
No, don't mess with the timeline, you herp derp.
Oh, my bad. Bye, Miss Serf.
Bye.
Later, the serfs will be freed after the Crimean War because Alexander II will pass the Emancipation Manifesto in 1861. These were basically 17 legislative acts that freed serfs and allowed them to become peasants and buy their land from their former landlords.
Ugh! How do I turn this thing on?
Just give me the camera.
Stupid muggles and this. Oh my god, I hate. Why am I even in this class? I hate this class. Oh, look. These are like slaves. Let's go talk to them.
Hello. Can you guys tell us a bit about life as a slave?
Sure. First, people like us were indentured servants, and we could earn our freedom from our masters once we accomplished our tasks, but as of an act of 1640, we now have to serve our masters for life.
Oh god.
Slavery in the Americas follows a long line of labor exploitation that dates all the way back to the ancient times. Beginning in 1503, large numbers of slaves were shipped from Africa to the Americas by the Spanish and Portuguese to work on sugar, tobacco, rice, and cotton plantations. At first, they were sent here to work on the Caribbean islands, but were very prevalent in the southern British colonies. Many slaves died due to disease, but mostly in Brazil and in the Caribbean. So they're just like house elves.
Yeah, so, anyways, our master isn't as bad as others are. For example, he gives us housing and he provides us with a small plot of land so we can grow supplement food in. And we're even allowed to attend our own church. I know some slaves whose masters force them to build their own housing or have as much as 10 slaves living in one house.
Like most slaves, we live in a different section of the plantation away from the plantation house, and we have little furniture and only, old straw or old rags for beds. And we're given very little clothing, just a few items a year and a pair of shoes.
Yeah, well, people who work in the plantation, I guess, do have better living conditions than those working out in the field. We work from sunrise to sunset about 6 days a week.
All right, thank you for your time. I'll leave you to continue your work.
No problem.
Profits made from slavery and the slave trade between 1600 and 1800 definitely contributed to the global economy and the emergence of some European nations and the United States. In the United States, anti slavery societies, such as the Quakers in Pennsylvania, developed. Some northern states banned slavery. The 14th Amendment gave slaves rights of citizenship and equal protection. Still, social class was based on the Sociedad de Castas, with the Caucasians at the top of the pyramid, African Americans and Native Americans at the bottom, and mixed races filling in the middle. On September 22nd, 1862, Abraham Lincoln issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, declaring all slaves in rebel states should be freed as of January 1st, 1863.